Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Terry. Welcome back to another edition of An Orchid a Day. And today I really wanted to compare two of my Angraecums that are in flower now, and I am seriously considering pollinating these two plants. This is, of course, this is Angraecum Joyce Stewart, which is a cross. Well, this is an Angraecum, but it's a vanda, grows like a vanda. You can see it's kind of vining, and the new growth, or the inflorescence come from between the leaves, from the axils. So if I were to cross this plant, I would have to somehow get this part, which is the anther cap, right in here. I'd have to pull that off with a toothpick to get the pollen, which is inside of there, and take that pollen and either self-pollinate another flower, which there is no flower, or take the pollen and take it to another flower. Now, I do happen to have another Angraecum in flower right now, which I put outside today because it's raining. And this is the flower right here, which is actually another hybrid. From Madagascar, of course, again. This is my Cyrtorchis. This is a cross that you've seen before. And this is probably a good time to pollinate the flower because there is fragrance, and this flower over here specifically has just opened. These other flowers have only been open for a couple of days. So if I were to pollinate this flower, I would have to get my pollen and attach it on top of that capsule right there, which is the sex organ on the inside of there, and lodge the pollen on top of that, which should, by the end of the day, initiate, you should start to see the flowers start to close. We will see if I can do that. I love the way that the flower is all twisted. The flowers are curved back. Very nice flower. And it would look incredible if it possibly could have been crossed with this flower. It would make for definitely a unique looking flower. Again, I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it, but I have to decide it in the next couple of days, because as the days wear on, the viability of the pollen becomes less. It's probably at its peak right now as it's fragrant. Both of these flowers are fragrant. I think that's what I've been told, is that once the fragrant comes, that's when the flower is ready to be pollinated, because that kind of makes sense, that the scent is to attract the pollinator. So once that occurs, that is when the flower is fertile and ready. And to further illustrate a little bit further with this diagram right here, basically you can read that. It says, when making the cross, it's necessary to pick up the pollinia. As I said, usually with a toothpick. This is done by drawing the point of the toothpick between the rostellum and touching the scidium, and the pollinia will be pulled from under the cap, and it is then transferred in the same manner to the stigma. So that's what I am contemplating to do with those two flowers that I have just showed you. Like I said, I will make another video when I do that whole process, but I'm just trying to figure it out myself, honestly. So that's just another explanation for the process that I am thinking about undertaking. So I will decide in the next day or so, probably tonight, I will decide if I'm going to do it. And if I do it, I would definitely pull these out of the greenhouse and into the house and try to do it with you all. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. Actually, when I look at it, I think it would be better to cross the Cyrtorchis to this, because the Cyrtorchis probably would add a little bit more uniqueness to the petals and the sepals, and perhaps the lip as well, because their lip is very small. But I am definitely considering that. But anywho, folks, thanks for watching, and hopefully you will be seeing a video of me pollinating these 2 flowers. Enjoy your orchids, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.